And just like that, we are back with another video for the Who's Better series. If this is your first time tuning into the comparisons that we do, we're going to be looking at, in this case, a slew of father and son combos that have been playing in the NHL at some point in time or are currently playing. We'll be looking over things such as skill set, accomplishments, and the overall quality of each player in order to determine who is the best in the family. And with that, here are 3 more sets of father and sons compared. The Folignos. A hockey family with roots in Sudbury has produced not one second-generation NHLer, but 2, as Mike Foligno, who was drafted 3rd overall by Detroit in 1979, was a pioneer who paved the way for his sons to later follow in his footsteps. Despite the fact that Mike dressed for 4 NHL teams throughout his 15-year career, he's most well known for his time in Buffalo. After having a very decent rookie campaign with Detroit, with 71 points scored and 80 games played, Foligno then went on to top his previous point total around the same time that Wayne Gretzky was cementing his legacy, as the eldest Foligno recorded over a point per game in the 1985-86 season, with 80 points in 79 games played. Similarly to his offspring, Foligno was never one to steer clear of a good scrum and was routinely accumulating penalty minutes in the triple digits. With an impressive 8 hat tricks to his name, Foligno's shot percentage was equally impressive, as his career total ended up being 16.7. One could say that, summing it up, number 17 was a very opportunistic forward who was excellent on the breakaway but could also snipe as well. As most of you know, the first and only of the 2 sons to be selected within the first round, Nick was selected by Ottawa 26th overall in 2006. Similarly to his father, Foligno has a keen eye for breakaway opportunities and executes them with ease. He also never shies away from a good brawl or from punishing opponents in the corners. Strong on the puck, with exceptional hand-eye, the forward had his best statistical season thus far with Columbus after notching 73 points in 79 games played. Due to his leadership abilities, Nick has been awarded the King Clancy and Mark Messier awards, and has also participated in the NHL All-Star festivities on a singular occasion. With a little more height than his older brother, at 6'3", Marcus, just like his father and brother before him, reached the NHL via the Sudbury Wolves route. Despite the fact that he was taken in the 4th round by Buffalo, 104th overall, after some time spent in the AHL honing his craft, Marcus quickly emerged as an aggressive power forward with a knack for scoring net fronts. One could say that, statistically at least, Marcus has almost aged like fine wine. Last season, for instance, the forward notched 26 points in 39 games played for Minnesota. Not only that, but also his shooting percentage was an impressive 27.5 on the season. Just like his father and his brother before him, the youngest Foligno has been assuming the task of leadership as he is currently an assistant captain for the Wild. Out of the 3 Folignos, considering the length of time that he spent in the league, compared with his impressive consistency offensively, this one I have to give to Mike Foligno. Even though, yes, it was the 80s when goalies weren't that tough to score on, the overall shooting percentage pretty much speaks for itself. But I'll leave it up to you guys to decide who did the Foligno leap the best out of the 3. Especially in the 90s, more than any other decade, the NHL began to evolve, as in stars such as Jaromir Jagr, Peter Forsberg, and Sergei Fedorov began to pave the way for future talent from overseas to acclimate to NHL hockey. And among them was Sami Kapanen, a Finnish-born forward who displayed much promise coming in as he was drafted 87th overall by the Hartford Whalers. A smaller player at 5'9", Kapanen proved to be a front-runner for the most commonly known shifty, shorter style of forwards that are much more common today. Ever so fast on his skates, the elder Kapanen won the fastest skater contest on multiple occasions at the NHL All-Star Games. Even though he may have been smaller in comparison, this didn't keep the forward from laying out his opponent or dropping the gloves when need be. When he wasn't cashing in on a breakaway, Kapanen was routinely able to find the open ice and executed with a slick wrister most oftentimes. Kapanen was able to reach the 60-point plateau on 2 occasions, both with the Carolina Hurricanes. With 2 All-Star appearances to his name and a gold medal won in the Worlds in '95, number 24 retired after 13 seasons played. And roughly 6 years after his father retired, Kasperi kept the family legacy alive, as he was drafted 22nd overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2014. Possessing a little more height than his old man, at 6'1", the younger Kapanen came into the NHL with a decent resume. As a forward, was the one who scored Team Finland's golden goal over Russia in 2016 2016, securing gold for Finland. With keen offensive abilities all around, number 24 has a knack for eluding the opposition with his immaculate skating and puck control. With speed and the ability to finish with ease, Kapanen has become a proven threat for opponents on a routine basis. After spending some time with the AHL's Toronto Marlies, Kapanen impressed in his rookie campaign as he recorded 44 points in 78 games played, with 20 of them being goals. Since then, the forward has been able to reach the 30-point mark on 2 different occasions. And just like the last evaluation, I'd have to say that at least at this point in time, Sammy seems to stand out as the better player. But that's not to say that, at 25 years of age, the Kasperi can't surpass him eventually. Yet another trifecta of NHLers here, the Nylanders began making their mark in the NHL around 30 years ago, as Michael Nylander was drafted 59th overall by the Hartford Whalers in 1991. Despite playing for 7 different NHL teams, Nylander was always up to the challenge offensively, and was routinely deking around the opposition with ease. With quick hands, an accurate shot, and immaculate vision, number 92 did his best work in close, but was always able to mix it up at will. After reaching the 60-point mark on 5 different occasions, Nylander, following 15 years spent in the NHL, finally retired. His best season was during the 2005-2006 campaign, where he recorded 83 points in only 79 games played. Around 6 years later, after his father had played his last NHL game, William Nylander was selected 6th overall by Toronto, and despite having to spend a little time perfecting his craft in the AHL prior to, William immediately impressed during his first full NHL season. Possessing excellent skating abilities and shifty hands, William has proven to be a definite threat anytime that he enters the opposing end. Not only is he opportunistic and creative as far as goals are concerned, but also as far as playmaking abilities. The 2019-2020 campaign was the forward's best yet, statistically, as he notched an impressive 31 goals and 59 total points in 68 games played. With 2 gold medals as far under his belt, Nylander definitely is just getting started. And lastly, the youngest of the clan, Alex, was drafted 8th overall by Buffalo. Similarly to his father, Alex's strongest attributes are seemingly his shiftiness and his hands. With speed and a great release and overall offensive awareness, Alex, after spending most of his time as a Sabre, suiting up for their AHL affiliate, found redemption with Chicago. As a forward, had his best NHL season thus far last campaign, where he recorded 26 points in 65 games played for the Blackhawks. This comparison, at least as far as William and Michael are concerned, is pretty close. But even though his father did have higher point totals, if you look at the beginning of each Nylander's career, like most, they seem to have slower starts. Therefore, due to the fact that Michael played longer and William has yet to reach his full potential, I believe as a player, going by the eye test, I'm giving this one to William.